This is Beth Green, otherwise known as Granny Rocks,
And James Maynard, otherwise known as Sweet Baby James.
and this is Granny Rock Show. And we are here to have fun with a very unfunny topic. How can you have fun with an unfunny topic?
Indeed.
Well, be honest and keep a sense of humor. That's how you do it. That's the way I try to do it always. So, welcome to the Granny Rock Show, and I hope that you enjoy it and that you gain some at least a little smirk about yourself. Certainly, we'll be laughing at others. Okay, now just a minute. I see that your face isn't on here. There we go. So much better. So could we try that again? This is Sweet Baby
Yeah.
James, otherwise known.
Yes, and I'm handling the chat tonight. And please chat with us, and we can share your chat. She can talk directly back to you, and we can have a real conversation.
We can. Yeah, we can have it live. But if you can't talk to us live because you're not on live, write to me anytime and I will respond.
Yes.
So, are we on yet? Not on our computer, but we should be on your computer.
Yeah.
So, why is there always something going on with our live stream that makes it complicated? Okay.
Oh, no.
No, nothing. Well,
Does it show that we're actually broadcasting? It's
well, it
streaming?
says we're streaming.
Yeah.
Well, I would ask you to tell us that we're streaming, but of course we can't see it because it's not showing up on the computer yet. So, you're on the internet, aren't you, honey?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well, in a few minutes we'll try again because I want to make sure that we're on. Oh, I don't want to be deceiving myself that I think we're on and we really aren't.
Be quite the illusion.
If somebody knows us, could you give us a call and tell us that we are actually on the air? How about that?
That would be
Like
good.
the phone.
Yeah, I'll get the phone.
He's going to get the phone. Okay, so I want to talk about the price of self deception, and it's very, very high. Um, but I just want to start out by saying a couple of things about deceiving others. I think, we know what happens when you deceive other people. Um, they get. You go in for a job, you say you can do it. Oh, yes, I am a heart surgeon. Here are my credentials. And where's my first victim? But you really aren't a heart surgeon. Aha.
Lizzie.
Okay.
Hello, can you hear us?
All right.
Okay,
Well,
great.
thank you.
you.
Right at
Thank you
this
very much.
moment.
Okay,
Thank you, Lizzie. Okay. So we're not going to be able to reply to your comments because right now we can't see your comments because we're not receiving this broadcast. But please comment away and we'll get to it as soon as we can because it's going to show up sometime. So anyway, here you are, and you said you're a surgeon. You bring in all of these recommendations and everything, and it turns out that you made the whole thing up. So now what is the price of that little deception? Well, somebody could be dead.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I'm saying. It's now
We
the
all tend to exaggerate when we apply for a job.
oh my God, do we not exaggerate when we? Oh yes, I can handle it. I've done
Deception
that.
and self-deception.
Oh yes, and then you're going on a dating site.
All that.
Oh yes. Oh, that photo of me is so recent. Yeah, it's only like 20 years ago. But then the price of deception is that the other person is disappointed and may not forgive you unless they've lied to or and then they look at you like, who the heck are you? I didn't go to date you. I went to date, your younger sister. Anyway, so these are so obvious, and yet it happens all the time. People are always trying to deceive each other. And and some of it is just so mean-spirited. Like, okay, here is this snake oil, that you can buy from me. and you give me all your money, and it doesn't do anything. So that's also very, very hurtful, and stuff like that happens. And there is always the, you know, a lot in social media that we know of where people are saying things without having discovered whether or not they're actually true. Have you found us? Oh,
Yeah, I
yes.
found it.
There we are. Okay, can you turn your volume up? Hello, there are people. All right, so now we've got it. All right, so can you.
Turns out they put it in a different spot than usual.
Oh, I see.
Oh,
Okay.
look at here. We've got Tracy says hola.
Hola,
Wave hi
Tracy.
back at you. Catalina says hi.
Hi.
Todd says hi, Beth and James.
Hi.
She sends Scary. Blanquita says hello, Beth and James. She says a heart of love. Same to you.
Excellent. Thank you. So there's so much lying in the political arena. He did this. She did this. He was caught. You know. He's not applauding. He's trying to get the dog to be quiet. Okay, trying to make somebody lose an election by saying something terrible about them. So we can't hear James. Is his mic on?
Well, it looks like it's on.
It claims to be on.
Hello, 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 hello. Nothing's happening.
Well, that's very odd because it's showing up that it's working.
Well, are we seeing the green light on mine? I don't see any.
Here, honey.
Green light. Up there.
Yes,
Well,
there it is.
Maybe the problem's that you're in, Todd.
But it's very
Because
odd
all
that
the
he would
indications
only
are
not be.
that, this is working.
Right. What else is going to happen today, right? He's plugged in. It's showing up as working. He's say something, James.
Amy says, hi, you two, watching from New York instead of San Diego, visiting with family.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
welcome.
Okay, and now I
Taking the
notice that
time.
it's not showing up over here, but it is showing up over here. Now, how can that be? This is one more odd thing.
Poltergeist. It's
Maybe your mic, maybe like your mic last week.
Maybe it's not plugged in for me.
Well, but why
I'll
is
check
it?
You keep,
Okay,
you keep
it's
on.
showing up that it
It
is.
Well, stop
Right.
talking. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go back to my topic.
Okay, stop.
Okay.
Hello, hello, hello. Okay, now carry on.
You see what I'm saying? It looks like it's working, but you want to try
Yeah,
to plug
I'll
that in
push it
again?
Take it out and put it in.
Well, who knows? Honey, did you turn on your
The receiver.
the receiver isn't on. Thank you, Todd.
Thank you, Todd.
Thank you, Todd. I don't understand how he was coming out so
Can
loud.
you hear me now?
All right, speak again.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, now it's showing
Now
up.
it's working.
Thank you, Todd.
Thank you,
All
Todd.
right. So there's a lot of price to people being deceptive. And there is a lot of deception in this world, isn't there? There we go, he said. Yes. So so far, James has introduced himself and said, chat with us and I can answer you. And then he's announced who's been writing in. So
And
that's
Todd
about
said,
it.
there we go.
All right. So
Yeah. Thank you, Todd.
if I can get back to my topic.
Please.
So I have been talking about how deceiving other people happens a lot in politics, and that's very, very destructive.
And in personal relations.
And in personal relations. Oh, I'm not telling you that I'm having affairs. Oh, yes. Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you that I'm gay.
Oh, or in my case, I constantly pretend to be more than I am.
Well, we'll get
Oh,
to
that
that.
gets to that.
That's
Okay.
not the same topic.
Okay.
This is about deceiving other people.
See, the topic is also self-deception.
But I haven't gotten to it yet.
Oh, you're on your way.
I'm
Oh, okay. I can hardly wait.
Now that you have a mic
you've
on,
noticed.
now you've taken over the show. Okay. So,
Palace coup.
but I would like to. I hope you're laughing with us, right? I would like to focus on self-deception because I think we are less aware of the price of self-deception. The price to everyone. Now, self-deception starts with something that happens to us that we learn as kids. For example, supposing mommy has a certain perspective on what a child is supposed to be like, and you need and love mommy, so what could happen to you? What could happen to you is that you start hiding the parts of yourself that mommy doesn't like, or that you fear mommy won't like, or in fact mommy won't like, or mommy has told you she doesn't like. It's like, be nice, be good, be. So you immediately start to create a persona that does not include that aspect of you. Okay, now in my case, what I remember the most is that my mother would say, so-and-so is selfish. Selfish. So, of course, I always thought she was talking about
sounds
me.
like a cuss word.
Well, it was coming out of her mouth. So what did I think? Oh no, I can't be selfish. I can't be selfish. I can't. So what do I do? You think that I'm just pretending to her that I'm not selfish? Oh no, it's like, I'm not selfish. It couldn't be. She couldn't be talking about me, because I actually believe she is talking about me. But I think no. And now I have to prove to myself, as in addition to the entire world, the universe, that I am not selfish. I want you to think about what part of you, which is human, was disapproved of by somebody. Now, it could be that you were actually punished for it, or it could have been that you were just looked down upon, or you may have just had a fear, or you may have seen mommy disapproving of daddy for having that characteristic, so she didn't even have to tell you that you shouldn't be that way, but you say, oh my God, she thinks daddy is stupid. I can't be stupid. I don't want to be looked down upon. So now I can't be selfish and I can't be stupid. And I can't, so what am I going to do? Teacher, I'm so smart, and I'm so good. I am so good. Am
Good girl.
I
You're a
a
good
good
girl.
person? Now, this is not funny. This is damned serious. As many of you know, I am an intuitively guided counselor. And today I worked with a client who has always felt the need to look like a good boy.
Mm-hmm. I know that one.
Yes. And so he gets into a situation. I don't want to tell the details of his life, but I just want to, because this is the thing that actually got me to feel that I had to talk about this awful topic. He spent his whole life trying to look good. So now what is the price of that? Well, he's deceiving himself because he had to believe that he really was this person. And so he could not show parts of him or admit to the parts of him that would not have been approved of. Self-deception means I actually don't even realize that I am the way I am. And what happens is that part of us gets bigger and bigger and dominates our lives. Now, I want to show you how. So, in his case, without speaking of anything specific, it looks like we have...
Oh, looky here. Yes. Susie says, Namaste, too. I hear an extra voice speaking through your keys. I wonder if other listeners are hearing it. Should we post what it says to us? Good practice in pitching one's listening into the greater ranges or dimensions?
Wow, how bizarre.
Well, that's interesting.
Something that's coming...
An extra voice as you play the piano.
An extra voice while I'm playing the piano.
Maybe it's an overtone.
Maybe it's the part of me that I'm trying to hide.
Oh, that's probably
let
it.
us know. That is really strange. I don't think anybody else has been having. Maybe somebody is kind of interfering with your internet. If anybody else is
Well,
having
she
that,
she talks about greater ranges. This is a concert grand piano. It's probably got all kinds of levels of vibrations going out.
well, but that's vibrations. This is what it's saying. So
Yeah.
yes, Susie, please tell us what you're hearing. If there are some words you're hearing, and if anybody else is having this problem, will you let us know? Is there anything else that's going to be a problem in this show? Anyway, so this guy didn't want anybody to think that he was nasty or mean or selfish or anything.
Right.
Yes, words come through. Sure, I bet they do.
No,
Oh.
it's not an audible voice. It's heart speaking.
Oh,
Yes, and the piano has a voice
oh, you're so cool. Okay, Todd, no problem. Amy says she's not here. Okay, this is the piano is speaking. So
You've
that
often
is,
said the piano is your voice.
it is.
So there's some kind of overtone.
Okay, punctuating what you're saying for the most part.
No.
Nothing interfering. Supportive more so. Thank you. Lovely, lovely. You're so right.
And,
The
and Todd says
piano-
there's no problems.
Yeah, that's right.
And Amy says, I'm not hearing
know.
anything like that.
I just
if
said
that
all of
helps.
that.
Oh, you did?
Yes, I did.
Oh.
Anyway, so
Okay.
yes, the piano is my other voice, and it is talking, and it's talking, and it's talking. So here's this poor guy. So he has certain characteristics, and now you're going to see what the price of this is, and it's very, very interesting. Not only does he have to deny to, he was in a marriage that was very unhappy, but he couldn't be a bad guy. And a bad guy would have been divorcing or doing something that he didn't think his mother would approve of. I think.
And Susie says, yeah.
Yeah, you will hear it too. Yes, you got it. Yeah, okay. That's very cute, Susie. Okay. So, what happens? Now, here is one of the biggest prizes. I hope you can keep focused on this show, despite all of our. Is the one of the biggest prizes is that he stayed in a relationship that he was where he was very unhappy because he didn't want to look like a bad guy.
Right.
Now that has happened to a lot of people who've been divorced, for instance. And oh no, I'm not the kind of person who is going to be divorced 6 times. Oh no, that's only for movie stars, right? Or I don't want to give that ammunition. So I'm going to pretend now. Not only am I pretending that I'm really a good guy, a devoted husband, a wonderful guy. But now, supposing my wife or husband or, significant other of them or feels. Now, it's so funny. Susie is talking about the 2 voices when it comes through the piano. Well, we all speak in 2 voices when we are deceiving ourselves. So you have really put your finger on something there, Susie, because I say this, but the other voice within me says the opposite. Or, you say, oh, I love you. I love you. I love you. Okay, so, but the other voice, which is your unconscious mind, is saying, I hate you. Could you get away from me? You're a bitch, or whatever it is, a nasty thing that you can come up with. So now you're talking in 2 voices. And Susie said, excellent, thank you. So, I'm sorry, I'm doing this for you, but it's because we're having like this little conversation here. So what happens is your partner feels what you're psychically expressing and hears the words that you're saying. And you make the other person into a liar. You tell them they're wrong. They're foolish. They don't know what they're talking about. So you are not only, let's say, rejecting them, but you're slicing them down emotionally. Now, I'm not saying that that other person is perfect. Probably speaking with forked tongue, too.
Mm-hmm. And Susie says, absolutely.
Yes. And so, what is the price? In this guy's case, he was married for many years to a woman that he no longer wanted, but couldn't admit it. And she got to feel the rejection, and he got to drag himself through a miserable marriage, and always felt guilty, but he didn't know why, and bought into all her negativity about him because he knew deep down in his heart that he really didn't love her. Well, I took that story and I sort of like condensed it a little bit and to mask it a little bit more, but you get what I mean, don't you?
Mm-hmm, sure.
And what is the worst is that people project onto others the feelings that they are having. Like they'll say,
I could share about mine.
Go.
Well, in my family, of course, there was a lot of pressure to be nice and not to talk back and to go along. And so I did that for the most part. And inside, I was seething with resentment and anger. And even until recently, probably a few minutes ago, yesterday, someone else could pick up on that energy and say, wait a minute, you're smiling, you look happy. What's going on here? Because there's something going on here, you know. One counselor labeled me the CEO of resentment, you know.
I can attest to that.
Yeah, I think you can, yeah.
Not owning it. And why I say that if you don't own it, that part of you, it will dominate your entire life because you'll put all of your energy into trying to prove that you aren't who you are. And then you become that entirely because it starts to dominate you more and more. So instead of it being in balance, let's say I'm selfish, like any other human being, like I'm selfish. Okay, but supposing I can't admit that I'm selfish, so I'm going to spend my entire life being generous, being unselfish. I have to prove it. I'm not even aware. I'm not even letting myself know. So if somebody ever accuses me of being selfish, I am not selfish. Oh no. So I'm going to, like this guy did in his marriage, I'm going to spend my entire life. So maybe I'm going to go join Mother Teresa. Or maybe I'm going to be something, become a nun. Maybe I'm going to beat myself with ropes. I'm going to beat myself up every time I see something about me that looks like selfish. But see, mostly what I'm doing is spending a whole lifetime proving that I am not what I am. And that dominates us completely because we are driven constantly to prove that.
Well, we've all been told, be a good boy, be a good girl. And so anything that's not that is what gets suppressed and gets us preoccupied with a persona that we're trying to live up to.
Exactly. And you know, it depends on the family you're in, what a be a good girl or a good boy is. Let's say you were born into a mafia family. Maybe being a good boy is learning how to knife people without being upset about it. So you say, yeah, I'm tough. Oh, I'm a bully. I'm tough, just like my dad. Like, you know what I mean? It's not always being good. Sometimes being bad is what is rewarded in the family. Maybe the father is a bully, or maybe the father feels like a wimp and he wants the son to not be a wimp because that's going to make him feel better. Oh, yeah, my son the football player. So, he's rough, he's tough, not like me, right? But oh, that's my son. So there are all kinds of things. So I want you to take a moment. I'm going to play the piano for a moment, and I want you to take that moment to think about what aspect of you do you feel like most about, and how have you tried to hide it, and how have you struggled with that, and what has that cost you? And as I'm showing you, it also costs other people because you make them feel like they are crazy or that they become pawns in your game of trying to prove something about yourself, like, oh, I'm great, I'm smart, I'm so take a moment as I play the piano. Sometimes we spend, can you repeat the question? Okay, what I'm asking is what part of you have you felt like really uncomfortable with and really had to suppress, and that has ended up dominating you because you've been trying to prove that you aren't that? That's the question. I hope it's not too late. So take another moment. Does anyone have a sense of how much it has cost you deceiving yourself into looking like somebody else? Oh, I'm the brightest. I am the most talented. I am the sweetest. I am.
Susie says, ah, your playing finds glassy eyes. It's very special.
Thank you.
Hmm.
A lot of people who have spiritual pretensions are really caught up in this.
Oh, yeah.
There's another comment.
Blankita sends a big heart of love. Todd says, I am the smartest.
All right. Yay, Todd.
Constantly trying to prove he's the smartest.
Yes.
And then Amy says, I was always told I was too demanding, and I was demanding, but I spent my life trying to prove I'm not.
Right. Lovely. Can you feel the pain, the exhaustion, the futility, the silliness? You know, what is the answer for this? The answer is to see yourself in a realistic way.
Oh, and here's another. Hello, namaste. I'm Rabbi Chamling Rai, and there's more. I'm from Kathmandu.
Hello in Kathmandu.
Thank you for joining us all the way from Kathmandu.
So, when you talk about glassy-eyed, some people who are trying to prove how spiritual they're like, I'm so calm. I never have any reactions. I'm so neutral. I'm so loving. I'm so wonderful. So the answer is to have it all be part of you and have it in balance with other qualities. Yes, I'm selfish. And yes, I'm kind. And the more I allow myself to recognize my selfishness or my unkindness, the more I can make amends for the things that I do that are hurtful. But if I can't admit that, if I'm always trying to suppress that, if I don't want to see it, if I don't want others to see it, I'm going to lie to myself and to everybody, and I will never take accountability of the behavior, and I won't do anything about it. And I will never make amends because I can't admit that I neglected my child, that I hurt people, that I'm scared, that I'm not that smart.
That I caused somebody else wasted years and energies propping me up in my deception.
That's exactly right. Now it looks like there's another answer.
Oh, Amy says, my solution to trying to prove I'm not demanding is to only call friends very infrequently. So I'm not someone who bothers other people. And so I lose the connections with them.
Oh, very good point. I'm not that kind of girl. Oh, no, I am not that kind of girl. And it looks like...
And Jose says, God bless you so much, Mama and Papa. The music, the piano, the keys and musical notes.
So I am going to give you the challenge to really think about this and see what this has cost you and what it costs society. Because you see, as I said before, when we are trying to pretend that we are not something, we tend to project that quality onto other people and say, I'm not that way. He's that way. She's that way. They're like that. Them. So it exacerbates the hatred. It builds the hatred in society, the judgment. No, not me. I'm not the guy who's masturbating in the bathroom. No, I'm the one who's walking the straight and narrow, right? And we see this so often with religious people.
And I'm not the one who's angry and polarized.
No.
Other people are.
Other people are. So now we have separation between people, blame, sometimes downright cruelty, and we don't grow. I think that's a pretty big price. What do you?
Yeah, quite a bit.
So anyway, we should stop because we're over for tonight. Sorry for the, confusion that always seems to ensue with our program.
We could buy the little help from our friends.
And we really ask you to think about this and see if we cannot do something about it. And come back every Wednesday night for Beth Green's Granny Rocks
show.
And
then what about tomorrow night, Thursday night?
Okay, so first of all, Wednesday night is at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time, and Thursday night is at 7 p.m. Pacific time, where I play the piano and sometimes Sweet Baby James sings. And please share this show with a lot of people because self-deception is rampant and is destructive and is hurting our souls and is tearing apart our society as we're all blaming one another for the characteristics that we have that we cannot face for ourselves, about ourselves. So this is a pretty big topic. And put in your comments, share the program, like, love, and follow our page. And I think that's it for now.
Yeah. Bye-bye, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Glad to have you with us.
Thank you. Bye-bye. And we're not hiding that we seem to be technically incompetent. Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.